G'day Australia, Tim here from BEEFitUP Australia and Let's Get Rural, and we're here with a young fella, Jase from Taxi Ride. He's
Hello.
a new ambassador for BEEFitUP Australia, so welcome him on board.
Woo!
How are you, mate?
Good, thank you.
Yeah, so Taxi Ride, how did you come up with the name of Taxi Ride? Did you like riding around in taxis?
Well, we spent a lot of time riding around in taxis drunk after gigs and stuff like that, but now a friend of ours was a taxi driver,
Yeah.
and when we started with Taxi Ride, we were all in different bands around Melbourne. Didn't really have time to go out and play the songs we were writing during the day, you know.
Yep.
And we had a friend, Terry, who drove a cab, and we give him our cassette tape and he'd play it to people in his taxi. So,
Oh, right.
you know, Molly Meldrum got in there once, and there was a couple of producers from a TV show, and you just stick the cassette straight in. Oh, what do you think of this? This is my mates, you know. So
You mentioned Molly Meldrum.
Yep.
He actually came from Quambatook.
Did you really?
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
did John Williamson.
Mate, every day's a school day, isn't it?
Right? You're in the music industry.
Yeah, I should know these things.
Sometimes. So these up here,
Yes.
are they actually yours or did you buy them?
I probably paid for them somehow.
Somehow?
Yeah, no, we earned them with a lot of hard work and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. And yeah,
So
a lot of good memories on the wall.
Speaking of blood, sweat and tears,
Yeah.
because you're coming on board ambassador for BEEFitUP Australia,
Yep.
well, we go around to a lot of small communities and everything else, and we have a chat with publicans and local townspeople for mental health.
Yeah.
So being a musician and all the trials and tribulations you've been through, the blood, sweat and tears, how has that impacted on not only your own mental health, but also your band members and other people in the music and entertainment industry? How do you think that
Oh, I mean,
affects?
the last year has been, you know, crazy for everyone, especially like my friends and stuff in the music business. A lot of people, including myself, developed anxiety, depression. I mean, we were unplugged, basically. We're still unplugged it's been nearly a year. So my wife struggles with anxiety, and I never have until this happened. And just feeling those massive lows where you just didn't want to do anything that day and didn't really have a purpose.
That's not a really good feeling, is it?
That's a shocking feeling, and it's horrible. And you know, I'm lucky I live where I live, my family's very supportive, you know, I can go jump in the beach and it sort of changes my thought process for the day. I literally have to force myself out and do something that's completely out of my comfort zone or whatever to just try and snap out of it. But some days you just have to ride it out till the end of the day and then go to bed and hope that you wake up better the next day.
Yeah, most definitely. And some of the things, because of the COVID and not only this last 5 snap lockdown, but of the main one that came before, what some of the things that you've done yourself to keep yourself, your brainwaves working in the right direction and away from the down and mental side?
Well, yeah, I think, I mean, I did a lot of handy stuff, like I built this studio that we're in now. I redid my bathrooms. I basically put my guitars down for a year and bought nail guns and started making stuff, using my hands, whether it was digging 5 metres of rock from there to there, I'd just grab a shovel and just do it, you know. But I think that the mental health sort of thing and the issues come from, it wasn't even like not being able to work, it was more about not knowing who you were anymore. Like that was unplugged, you know what I mean? Your purpose was gone. So I tried to just do something on the tools every day. So I just renovated my house.
So besides doing that,
Yeah.
and waking up every day, sometimes I know myself it's a struggle to get out of bed. You've pushed yourself to get out of bed to do these things because you haven't been able to get out and do what you love doing, entertaining the crowd, putting smiles on people's faces, and above all, making yourself an income. What's the effect that it's had on that, and how much are you looking forward to getting back out there and doing the same thing?
Well, I think it's had a positive and negative effect. But if I'm looking at the positive side, because I try and be, you know, positive most of the time, it gave me the desire again, which you can, when you have played Wembley Stadium and you've had hit records and all that, it's very easy to lose your way and, you know, what got you to there in the first place. So in a way it was a forced reset, and for me I just kind of called it my career halftime, because I'd never really taken a time out. For 20 plus years it was just go, and you know, you go to all these amazing places but you don't really see it or feel it or, you know, enjoy it.
Yeah.
so I just put it down to, okay, it's half time, I'm in the club rooms, I'm getting a Gatorade, I'm getting some instructions,
And get ready to
and I'm
change.
getting ready for the next 25 years. And so I went, okay, I'm going to build a studio to work in. And I mean, I was in a lucky position because I had all this time to do it. Otherwise, we'd be sitting in my backyard in the dirt right now, you know.
You don't really want to do that, do you?
Well, I've done that too, I don't mind it.
Yeah, but it's good getting out and getting your hands dirty because you keep them busy,
100%.
you're keeping your mind busy.
Mm.
So, how do you think the farmers in these small towns might deal with what they're going through? Because some of them can't get out and do that.
Yeah, I mean, look, you could compare it a lot to this sort of feeling, I guess, because you don't know where the end is going to be. You don't know when the water's going to come. You don't know when it's going to rain. You don't know when you're going to get some help. So, and we still don't know when this is going to end. So, in a way, there's a bit of similarities there, I reckon.
Yep.
Yeah, I wasn't sure where I'm going with that, but yeah, there are similarities to, I guess, what the farmers have felt for not just a year, but for as long as I've been walking this earth. You know, there's always been a struggle with our rural communities and stuff
Which
like
is
that.
about 45 years or something, isn't it?
45, give or take a couple.
Hey, you don't look a day over 62.
Good. Great lighting here. Great lighting in the studio.
So you noticed before as well that you said you follow the AFL, you follow Carlton.
I do follow Carlton.
So your optimism to the future and everything is
It's
going to
real.
get better. It's going to,
And I'm good at hanging on to a dream, really, aren't I? But this is the year, mate. Round 2, we've got you round 2.
yeah, but I don't know about that because we've got you again later on in the year too.
Yeah, well, as long as we
So-
win one of them 2 games, I'm happy.
Yeah,
for
but that's
the year.
2 wins for Collingwood.
We'll see.
We already got you in the AFLW, so.
Okay, alright, you
But
can have
yeah.
that one.
So how are your boys going with downtime and how are they getting through it as well? Because I know they keep in constant contact with you.
As in my boys
For the
band.
For the group, yeah.
Well, you know, we're just all in it. That's another thing. Like the stories that I tell about Taxi Ride, I kind of, you can't really explain it to just a friend or a mate or whatever because you weren't there. You know what I mean? You didn't sort of breathe it and live it like we did with them. So there's always going to be a great connection with me and the guys.
Yep.
But also, I know I've got a whole bunch of musos that I work with on my solo stuff, and you know, a lot of people that can live week to week with music and stuff. So, it's been real hard for people, and still hard. So,
For not only everybody in the rural towns and the country towns and the cities with lockdowns and things like that, but everybody in the music and entertainment industry have all gone through the same thing.
it affected everyone the same, yeah. Whether you were John Farnham or me, you know what I mean, or a busker, you know what I mean. It's
Yep.
on the street because you couldn't get out and do what you love, and that's kind of where I was looking at the positive of it, which was, I guess, after 20 years of doing great stuff, you forget why you love it.
And then
So
you
when
get
it's
that
taken
crash.
away, you either remember why you love it, or you concentrate on what you don't like about it, I guess, and maybe stop doing it. But no, for me, I found the like all that daydreaming and dreaming about, you know, the crack that I had before Taxi Ride, having one shot at it. I relived that in the last year, and it's been good for me, I guess.
But it's that one shot that got you off the ground, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then now you've got to kickstart that one shot because you've kept it alive,
Yeah.
right? And I know for a fact you're looking forward to getting out there again
Oh yeah.
and doing what you love doing and what you do best with the boys,
Yeah.
entertaining the crowd, putting smiles on people's faces,
Yeah.
putting a couple of dollars in your pocket, and on top of that, making you feel alive.
Yeah, well, that's it, and that's what I was saying before. The hardest part was it took your purpose away, and you had to sort of figure out what your purpose was. You know what I mean? And that's been creative people. I guess they're always looking for that kind of reassurance or purpose. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back out there. That's why, you know, coming on board with you guys and getting to some serious regional places, like not just, you know, Geelong, Ballarat, but.
But we're not going to say where we're going.
Well, I'm not going to say anything about where we're going, but it's not Geelong or Ballarat. But you know, to get out to some communities and you know, see the countryside, how the proper Australia, like that's what it is to me. It's not just the beach, you know.
Get out and see what damage has been done, not only because of COVID, but droughts and floods and fires and things, but also get out there and do what you can to bring a positive attitude and a smile to their face and a good night out.
Yeah, that's it. And you know, it's all about going to where the people are, not getting them to come to me. You know what I mean? Like I'm willing to jump in the car and just make some noise.
Yeah, but see, at the end of the day, doesn't matter what we do in our little homes and cities and towns and things like that. End of the day, everything you've got in your house doesn't matter if it's from your guitars to your food to your bed to your table to your roof.
It's all coming from the farms.
Everything comes from a farmer of some sort.
Yeah, that's right.
And without them,
yeah, I mean you can do benefit concerts and all. God knows I've done tons of them. To benefit drought affected areas and things like that. But to get to them, shake hands with them, have a beer with them, is going to be much better than doing a big concert. I think for morale,
yeah.
to actually be able to go to where it is,
Some of it can be devastating.
Mm.
I've been there, talked to a lot of people, shaking hands, even had people come and shake my hand, give me a nod, not say anything, walk off.
Mm.
And their wives or husbands have come up and said, thank you for that. Never seen it before. That's his way of acknowledging thank you, and it's great what you're doing.
Mm.
So to get out there, anything we can do to help these struggling farmers and communities and everything else, especially with not only what they're going through but their mental health as well, give them a good night out, a good laugh, a good joke, a g'day. Anything's better than getting out there and doing nothing.
100%.
Most definitely. Beautiful, Jase. We're going to let you continue on with a lot of the music that you're trying to pump out.
No worries. And I won't give away where we're coming, but we're coming somewhere.
Just keep an eye out for Jase and some of the boys from Taxi Ride, and just get out there. You see him out there, say g'day, and don't forget, Jase is an ambassador for BEEFitUP Australia. So whatever you do, whatever you don't forget, get some beef between your teeth. Thanks, Jase.
Go Blues.
Good on you, mate.
Oh, you shook on it. Look at that.